Co-sleeping is one of those topics where there's a lot of shame and a lot of fear-mongering surrounding it. So while my baby's napping, I thought I would sit down and tell you guys how we make co-sleeping safer. This is the disclaimer, there's risks in everything. However, parenting decisions cannot be a one-size-fits-all situation. Every baby is different, every mother is different, and so co-sleeping is a tool in your toolbox. And instead of shaming moms for asking questions about how to do it safely, we should educate in order to lower the risks. I've been co-sleeping with my baby for 7 months now. We only did one night in the bassinet and it just didn't work. I learned how to safely co-sleep and we have not looked back. And hopefully I'll get to co-sleep with all my babies because I personally love it. There's something called the Safe Sleep 7. These are 7 guidelines that help you make co-sleeping safer for your baby. And they're fairly simple. First one, your baby needs to be a healthy full-term baby. If your baby has medical conditions or is a preemie, it's technically not safe to co-sleep. Obviously, you can talk to your pediatrician and figure out your own circumstance, but as far as the Safe Sleep 7 guidelines go, it is not safe. 2, your baby needs to be breastfed. This is because a breastfeeding mother is more likely to be more aware of her baby while she sleeps next to them. They're going to be waking up more often to eat usually, and a breastfed baby's inclination is to lay towards the breast, less likely for them to roll away. 3rd, they need to be around sober adults. Now, this doesn't mean just alcohol or drugs. It does include those things, but it also means prescription medications, any that can make you drowsy, make you sleep deeper. If your husband's a really deep sleeper, then maybe the best option is for you and your baby to sleep in a different bed. If you're a really deep sleeper and this doesn't change after you have a baby, because sometimes it does, then you should analyze your situation and figure out if this is a safe decision for you. But for sure, if you're on any medications, if you've been drinking or smoking, that is not safe for co-sleeping. 4th, the baby has to be on their back. The only exception to this is if you're chest sleeping and then the baby would be on your chest and they'd be laying on their tummy and you are sitting up at an incline, and then I always just keep my hands around the baby. You should not be doing this on a recliner or a reclining couch. We'll get into a safe place to co-sleep, but as far as the chest sleeping, you need to be in your bed just propped up with pillows. And if they're not chest sleeping, they should be on your back. I usually do a C-curl around my baby, which he's laying on his back, and then I'm laying on my side, just kind of curled around him. That's been the best for us. Sometimes if he's super restless or if he's sick, we've done chest sleeping. We did a lot of chest sleeping when he was a newborn, and that definitely worked best while he was so little. Next is making sure that your baby's not overheating because there's so much body heat around the baby with either both parents or even just your body heat. That's more than if they were sleeping by themselves, and so they shouldn't be dressed in the same standard as if they were sleeping by themselves on the bassinet. Every baby's different, but for example, my baby gets really warm really easily, and so he just sleeps in a long sleeve onesie every night. If he's dressed in anything more, he wakes up sweating. If you wake up in the middle of the night and you feel sweat on the back of your baby's neck or the back of them just seems damp, they're too warm and you should take a layer off. Next one, no smoking. This doesn't just mean in the moment. This also means if you smoked while you were pregnant. There's just a lot of factors that go into that one. This is the one that I see people get the most wrong. I see a lot of co-sleeping TikToks and posts and stuff that people portray co-sleeping in a very unsafe environment. For example, the baby will have the comforter on them, or they'll be propped up on the pillow, or there's a ton of throw pillows around them. This is not safe, and you are not the exception. There should not be any loose blankets. There should not be any loose pillows. Mom can have one pillow, and it's kept away from the baby. I use a pillow, and when I'm in the C-curl, I have it right there, and I have it propped up away from the baby. My baby's all the way down here. The pillow, literally the edge is at my head and it does not come past my arm. That means there's all this space that pillow is not going to come in contact with my baby. Same for a blanket. You can use a blanket, but you need to tuck it around your waist. It should not be on the baby. My husband has his own blanket. I have my own blanket. When I was still new to co-sleeping, I was always so worried that I was going to pull the blanket up over my shoulders and that it would go over the baby's head. So what I did to combat this is I would tuck the end of the blanket under my mattress at the end of the bed so that it was really stuck and I couldn't pull it up if I wanted to. That worked really well. If you feel like you or your baby are cold, there are sleep sacks for adults and obviously for babies. You can work out those layers. I personally just wear a long sleeve pajama top and I'm always fine. If I'm feeling cold, I just put the heat on just a little bit more. The mattress also needs to be firm. If you have a soft mattress and it divots or has a lot of inclines, that's basically your weight pulling the mattress in and then the baby doesn't have a flat surface to lay on. There's a few options. Sometimes this can be fixed with a firm mattress topper. That's how we did. If your mattress is super soft, sometimes you just need to buy a firm mattress if co-sleeping is something that you want to pursue. You also want to make sure that there's no cord. So if you're charging your phone, place it away from the bed. You shouldn't be just putting your phone on the mattress next to you with a cord right there. there's risk of strangulation. These are just the guidelines that we follow and can make the situation safer. Of course, nothing is without risk, but I don't think it's fair to keep this information from moms, specifically new moms, who might be really struggling with getting their baby to sleep in the bassinet. I'm a firm believer that the reason a lot of babies don't like bassinets is because biologically they are wired to be near their mother. It's just their instinct. So if you're really struggling getting your baby into the bassinet, you are not alone. You are not the only mom who has gone through this. There are things that can be done. There are other options, and they can be done safely. I hope this video helps. Sometimes it's nice to just have a refresher. Happy co-sleeping.